Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at Astroscanner. And this is another idle incremental type of game where it's not idle incremental, another active incremental type of game, or where you have little bursts of a sort of a run where you try and make a little bit of money, and then you buy some upgrades and then retry the run to try and make a bit more money next time. I am a huge fan of these kind of games. This one is quite short and quite enjoyable, quite satisfying to play, so we're going to run through it, possibly through to the end, or maybe just some of the way through. And then we're going to chat about the design a little bit, give it some critique in the usual way that we do things around here. So let's jump in. This is where the game starts you. I've just clicked Run Game on the itch.io page. Link is in the description. And I maximize the game out. It's a little Unity game. And this is where it starts you. We have a bunch of upgrades. We have the next day button. So there isn't really an intro. I think as possibly a starting critique, the game does kind of need a bit of an intro to set the scene, set the context. But I have more to talk about than that. Up on the top right here we have our money, we have the amount of time we're going to have in the round, so 30 seconds, and we have a little bit of music that the game plays through to us. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'll try and adjust the sound so that it's audible, but it is very quiet. And we can just click the next track button just to run through the various soundtracks that the game offers for us while we play. And they're quite pleasant, quite relaxing, quite sci-fi-ish. So yeah, good sound choices. Alright, next day, what we do is we are trying to scan elements in the sky. So we mouse over the signal and we scan it, and we get an image and a little message from the scan. And then we can scan different images, and we get various different images and different scans and things like that. We can move to a different part of space, find some more things to scan. Obviously, every time we make a successful scan, we get some money for it. Sometimes the messages are just text and that kind of thing. I think we've run out of time. And then we get automatically taken back to our upgrades menu. And we get to choose some upgrades to purchase. We can boost our scanning speed, so let's buy that. And the next cost us 200. We can boost our detection power. If we mouse over it, we see what that is, the number and quality of signals found. We can boost some accuracy, which I think is the more money for the scan button, so I might choose that one next. And we can also boost work time, which is increases the amount of time for a round. So let's buy an accuracy, and hopefully speed up the rate at which money comes in. And then we can hit next day, and we can look for some things to scan. Dunk on this one. And I think we're getting a lot of money for these because I think we've boosted our income quite a bit, which I always like to do in these kind of games. Give myself more scanning time and, well, more round time and more income. And that's the fastest way to actually get somewhere with this. I don't think we have time for any more. Yeah, we ran out of time there. Alright, 530 we got. Should we just boost accuracy again? I mean, we can only just afford it. I think that might be fun. And then we'll have another short round, but we'll get more money for it. I think that is a fun upgrade to have. Right. Let's grab this lad. Now the different sort of sized dots have different scanning times. Not necessarily related to their size, I don't know. I didn't really get that impression. But I don't know if you get more money for the ones that are scanned slower. I don't know if there's any kind of sort of reference to the thing that makes a difference. Alright, that was a good run, 1,500. We really are jumping ahead. So let's give ourselves more time. Might as well boost detection power while we're here and speed up our scanning time. Yeah, we've got a taste of all of them there, and we've still got 700 credits left. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good run. I think going for the accuracy first was a good decision. Let's see if we can hit 4,000 for the The next round, whoops, started with moused over something. Yeah, so if you do a certain amount of scanning, it sort of keeps it, so even if you move your mouse away, it remembers that you've scanned that a certain amount, which is quite nice. Have I done this one? Yes. Next map. There isn't really any value in kind of stopping and waiting to see if you've scanned everything on the page. If you have a good idea that in your kind of your sector, as it were, you've scanned everything, it's much quicker to just go, that's fine, and jump onto the next one rather than trying to recheck to see if there's anything I've missed anywhere on the panel. I don't think it makes a difference if we miss anything. We have these little flashing ones, but I don't think they're meaningful in any way. And as you can see, each one sort of has potentially an image and potentially a little bit of funny text of various kinds, which I really like. I love that idea. Alright, we can boost accuracy. We can't boost work time. We can boost scanning speed, and then we have run out. So right, let's hit the next day and see what we can find. Let's do another run. Oh, there's another one. You can mouse over two at once when they're close enough together, but that doesn't really... you don't do both of them at the same time, but it does mean you don't have to move your mouse to start the next scan going. So it is faster if you sort of... Oops, there was one there that I started scanning but didn't. Yeah, we're doing well this round. We're already up to 6,000. Well, we were when I last checked. And we still had 20 seconds left, so yeah, good one. It's quite an empty sector of space. Alright, 11,000. Yeah, that was a good run. Oh, we're just short of the next accuracy one. But let's boost detection power. Let's boost our work time. We have a slightly longer run. Let's boost our scanning speed. I like to keep them relatively evenly upgraded, although I think accuracy is definitely, and followed by work time, are the two ones you really want to upgrade the most. I don't know. It's an interesting judgment to make. So let's run the next one. I think I might try and finish the game for you guys, but it's still worth coming and playing. You see now, here's a cluster, and you just mouse over them and just go dunk dunk dunk. As far as I can tell, I was worried that it would depend on whether or not the thing you're scanning is kind of central in your little scanning ring. But that doesn't... I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if you get more money if you put it more centrally. I can't really tell, but it's not something that you sort of seem to need to worry about at all. But this is very, very satisfying. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, we're getting a good run there. Now our overall goal, I don't know if you spotted it in the start screen, as it were, the upgrade screen, is to buy the ticket home, quote unquote ticket home, at the top. Now this was a game jam game, so the kind of goal is relatively superficial, because it's you got to get the game finished for the game jam. So I would say a possible critique, a starting critique is let me wait for the critique section, but I suppose it's more complex context, more complex storyline and things like that, but it'll make sense when we talk about it. Let's see what we can upgrade. Let's boost the accuracy so we get more money coming in. Let's boost our work time so we have more time to do things. And then I guess detection power is the only one that's left. Now we have run out of work time boosts, so we're going to max all of these out. The game is actually relatively well balanced. You do max all of these out and then have a run to buy your final end game goal, which I quite like. So let's see what we can get here. Let's two together. That was quite a good bit. Cluster a bunch of them together. I do like that it sort of remembers where you were in the scanning process. So if you accidentally take the mouse off something, then it kind of, you're not punished for that slight slip of the mouse control there. It makes it a lot more comfortable, a lot more satisfying. We're doing really well this round. We might almost be able to buy the end of, oh, it's true there, the end of the game thing just now. That was a nice little cluster of signals there. So yeah, these are all supposed to be just signals in space that we're detecting, and then we're scanning. That bring into the various funny messages and things like that. I also like the names of the sectors on the right there. As you can see, we get things called like Kerbal System, obviously a reference to the Kerbal space game. There's Dune. I don't know what Krutoblin is. I don't get that reference. If anybody feels like leaving a comment and telling me what the hell it is, because I'm never going to remember to search for it. It's a sector just called Meow. A fuel sale. Oh well, that's what people are interested in these days. Oh, wow, we do in fact have the ability to end the game by the ticket home, but instead let's just try and max everything out. That one's maxed out, detection power's maxed out. Alright, so we've maxed out everything. We can just do a quick run the next day. Maybe take our time a bit and see if there's any funny signals that we can read. We're a little bit less of a rush now. I'm not seeing any. You're living in a simulation, do not power down. A lot of people have that worry actually. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Actually, it is Sunday today, but thanks for the message. Yes, I know that reference. Mostly text. The funny messages do repeat, I think, if you've noticed. We sent this by accident. Nice, a nice thing. Krutoblin. I don't know what Krutoblin is. Is that an orc thing? Oh, I didn't even read that one. What have we got? Okay, now it's two other ones there. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Have I done these ones? Yes, let's go this way. We've been here a long time. Okay. That one's a little creepier than I think it was intended to be. Is that a reference to something? I'm guessing it is. It's nice finding the references in a game like this. We've only got 20 seconds left. But at least our ticket home is going to come with much cash. The cake is still promised. I like that. If you guys haven't played Portal, Spice Must Flow. I think it was June, I assume. Yeah, if you haven't played Portal, I do heartily recommend it. I think if there is a top game that I would recommend to anyone, Portal is the game. Alright, so this is going to end our gameplay when I click this. So if you are just here for the gameplay, just to watch the gameplay through, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it greatly. Oh dear, you still got the mouse overs in the background there. Yeah. If you're just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Please don't forget to like or dislike the video if you like or dislike the video. If you like to dislike the game, go and tell the developer on the itch.io page. Link is in the description. I'm not taking credit for the game. I'm just showcasing it. But yeah, if you have liked or disliked the video, please consider leaving a comment just to say why you liked it, why you disliked it, so I get better at making videos. And because I just love to hear from you guys. It means a great deal for me. I'm yelling into the void. I think we all like it when the void sometimes yells back at us. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more indie games reviewed. I try and review games that are very quick and easy and free to get to, just so you guys have a little bit of slight entertainment that doesn't involve paying some corporation for AI slop and microtransactions. We neglect the value of indie games, and that's what I'm trying to show here. It's just how good games like this are, just to entertain us, to distract us, to have some gentle pleasure and maybe some thoughtful moments, without shareholders buying a new yacht based off of our earnings. And yeah, that's my goal here. So if you want to join in on that mission, stick around. Hit that subscribe button. Join me. Yeah, and thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you're sticking around for the critiques, well, I really like this game, and it's going to be satisfying to try and make it better. So first critique: the UI is absolutely fine. I don't think there is like an options menu per se, no, but there is the ability here to turn the music on or off. And to switch to music tracks, set the volume there. You can't turn it on or off. I suppose you can set the volume to 0. So that's pretty nice. I like a little sort of in-game music player there. I think you did say that the music is AI generated, possibly. AI assisted sounds. I think he's generated the music, so hopefully I don't get any copyright issues in YouTube. If the sounds and the music are muted, then yeah, I had copyright issues, but I don't think I will. Yeah, sounds are fine. I quite like it. The art is absolutely fine. I like the UI and things like that. It's very sort of retro pixely, but at a pleasant level, very comfortable. I like the little images that pop up down here. Yeah, it's good. It's good. The basic game design principles are pretty solid in there. Which brings us to the question of the gameplay, and I think this is where the strongest critiques are for this game. Now, again, bearing in mind this was made for a game jam. It says here, made for Ludum Dare 59, theme of signals, excellent operation to the game. I don't know, can we look and see how well it did? LD Jam, are they still in? Okay, they're still in the voting stage. So 5 days left there. That's not actually counting down, so I'm assuming that's accurate. So yeah, go check it out. Go look at the game jam. It's always good to see those kind of things. Yeah, so we need to bear that in mind, and that makes a lot of considerations for the game design and things. Obviously, quite relevant, quite understandable. I think this is, in that context, an excellent game design. Bravo! I think hopefully this will do quite well in the game jam. But now we're talking about how to make this better post-game jam, how to improve it. And my first suggestion there is just to slow it down. I mean, first of all, we're playing through it too quickly, too furiously, too fast. And there's so many things that you miss doing that. I mean, I didn't even get to see most of the images and things like that because I'm going through it too quickly. I'm missing the funny comments. I'm missing the images. I'm missing a lot of the flavor and depth of the game just because I'm desperately trying to find all the things before I get to the round. So yeah, just shift the game mode to slow it down. Let us take time to find the signals. Obviously get a lot more money for it, or make the upgrades cheaper or something like that. But so we find a signal and then we have to aim things by clicking on aiming stuff. So it takes time to get it, and we have plenty of time to, while it's scanning, slowly read the message that's coming in, see the image that's come in, and things like that. That would be what I would love to see this game move to. So a much slower game with the same kind of concept of there is a signal in the sky, we're sitting here trying to scan it, we have upgrades and all of that kind of thing, but it takes time to scan it, and then we get like a funny message or a reference. Or what I would perhaps like to see more is less comedy and more serious storyline. So we like scan these signals, maybe even a horror game element where we're scanning it and the signals get creepier and creepier and weirder, maybe weird things start happening. And then eventually some kind of a Lovecraftian horror ending with a sort of the world is starting to end and the signals start disappearing, and that's how the game ends. That would be a fun game experience, something along those lines. So yeah, I mean, obviously the developer probably has his own ideas for where this game might go and how it might end, and what kind of game he's trying to make, but that would be the kind of game I would love to see. Scanning the skies, Lovecraftian horror, because there's nothing quite like the stars turning off as the ending of an actual Lovecraftian story. It's one of the greats, one of the classics, and I think this kind of game would be very, very well suited for that. I would love to see that. And then the other immersion element is just the context. Why are we trying to buy a ticket home? Who are we? What is the scanning facility? Why are we being paid? Blah 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 blah. We just need some storyline, some lore, which is something I'm always fond of seeing in a game like this. There's just the justification for us marching behind the flag of the person who's trying to scan the skies. Why do we care about him? Why do we care about the story? Why do we care about reaching the end and getting him his ticket? Who's waiting for him at home? That kind of thing. So I'd love to see a lot more of that. And really, that's it. That's all the critiques I have to offer. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope my comments on it make sense. I hope it helps dielectric or dielectric to make a game that he's even more happy giving to the rest of us, and actually hopefully makes him a little bit of money. That would be lovely. I would love to see the descendant of this game on Steam or something like that, actually bringing in a bit of cash to reward this man for entertaining us and for amusing us. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that. I hope this video at the very least amused me, and I'd like to see you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.